Welcome back to our channel. Thank you for your overwhelming response to our Instagram post, जिसके वजह से आज हम लोग ये वीडियो बना रहे हैं on RESP.
यस और अगर आप हमारे पोल्स के लिए वेट नहीं करना चाहते हो और ऐसा कोई टॉपिक है जिस पे आप चाहते हो हमें वीडियो बनाना, तो आप प्लीज हमें कमेंट सेक्शन में कभी भी बता सकते हो.
We have been secretly wanting for the topic of RESP to also win in the polls because जब हम लोग गए पोस्टों के लिए RESP अकाउंट खुलवाने, and when we did our research, we saw that there is so many things that we did not know about, and there are so many mistakes that new parents do while contributing to this account.
यस तो आज की वीडियो में हम आपको ये बताएंगे कि कैसे हम ये कनाडा गवर्नमेंट से मिलने वाले फ्री मनी को हम इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं ताकि हमारी कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशंस मैक्सिमम हो, और कैसे हम इस कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन को ऑलमोस्ट डबल कर सकते हैं बाय द टाइम योर चाइल्ड इज रेडी फॉर हायर एजुकेशन.
By the end of this video, you will know what is RESP and its benefits, the rules and limits, free money the government gives you, strategies to invest and maximize this money, and how to withdraw this money and put it to use for the higher education of your child.
आज की वीडियो होने वाली है पैक्ड, सो मेक श्योर दैट यू स्टिक अराउंड टिल द एंड ताकि आप कुछ भी टॉपिक्स मिस ना करो, क्योंकि हमने पोस्टों के लिए अभी RESP अकाउंट खुलवाया है और हमें पूरी इंफॉर्मेशन फर्स्ट हैंड पता है.
Also, if this is the first time that you're visiting us on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on the valuable infos that we share with our first-hand experience as new parents in Canada.
So what is RESP and what are its benefits?
RESP stands for Registered Educational Savings Plan. Now, this is a type of plan or an account where you can contribute for your child's higher education, like for college, and where the government will contribute up to 20% of whatever you will contribute for every child.
So there are three types of RESP plans: individual, family और group. आज की वीडियो में हम इंडिविजुअल प्लान्स के बारे में बात करेंगे बिकॉज दिस इज द मोस्ट कॉमनली ओपन्ड प्लान फॉर अ चाइल्ड्स एजुकेशन.
And money in RESP account can be invested in stocks, bonds or ETFs. And the thing that makes RESP amazing is that you don't have to pay tax on the income on this account.
So to put in a nutshell, by the time your child is ready for higher education, अगर आप RESP अकाउंट में रेगुलरली कंट्रीब्यूट करोगे तो by that time उसके पास एक सॉलिड अमाउंट होगा जो कि उसकी हायर एजुकेशन की फी के लिए यूज हो सकता है. And this head start is also important so that the child is not crushed under a huge student loan right at the start of her career.
So what are the rules? And there must be some limits to the contributions to this RESP account, right?
Yes, now there are some rules that are associated with investing into this account. A lot of people don't read the fine prints और उन्हें पता नहीं होता how to make the maximum utilization of this amazing plan. So let's start with the basics first.
Now anyone, literally anyone can open an individual RESP for a child in Canada. So when I say anyone, that includes anyone from the family, friends, or since we are talking about Canada over here and with the good heart of people, even strangers. But there must always be only one beneficiary at all time for one single RESP account.
अब अकाउंट जो भी खोले एक सिन नंबर जरूरी है फॉर द बेनिफिशियरी ऑफ देयर अकाउंट. सो मेक श्योर दैट योर चाइल्ड हैज अ सिन इन प्लेस बिफोर you can apply for an RESP.
And when it's time for your child to access this fund during higher education, she will be the one paying tax on this amount. अब chances ये है because when she is starting out and her income is very low, then her tax bracket would be at the minimum level and she might end up not paying any tax on this RESP amount.
Just to point out, the maximum contributions that you can do to this RESP account is a lifetime of 50,000 Canadian dollars. So here are some facts that people generally miss while using this plan.
You will be penalized if you contribute more than $50,000 in your RESP account to the tune of 1% of the amount that you are exceeding in the RESP amount after $50,000. And this will be done on a per month basis. So for example, if you go ahead and contribute, let's say $52,000 in your RESP account, तो आगे चल के every month you will end up paying a penalty of $20 till the time you remove that extra $2,000 from the Resp account.
Also, we recommend you open an Resp account even if you are not contributing to it, and we will tell you why in a moment.
Now, let's see how much the government contributes to your Resp account.
So the government of Canada will contribute directly to the beneficiary's Resp plan through a program called Canadian Education Savings Grant, also called as CESG.
Every year, the government pays a contribution of 20% to the Resp account for the first $2,500 that you contribute to this account. So this means that even if you go ahead and contribute $4,000 to your Resp account in a year, the government will still only contribute a max of $500 in that year. However, if you had the Resp account opened last year and if you could not contribute anything to the account, don't worry. Your grant room will be added to this year and you will be eligible to get a total government grant of up to $1,000. 500 पिछले साल के, 500 इस साल के.
बट ऑब्वियसली ये ग्रांट रिसीव करने के लिए आपको कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशंस करनी पड़ेंगी. सो लेट्स से आपने 2018 में अपना RESP अकाउंट खोला था बट कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशंस आप 2020 में ही स्टार्ट कर पाए हो, तो आप इस साल के $500 अवेल कर सकते हो एंड 2018 के मिस्ड अमाउंट ऑफ ग्रांट को अवेल कर सकते हो इन 2020. अब नेक्स्ट ईयर 2021 में आपको उस साल का ग्रांट एंड 2019 का मिस्ड ग्रांट का अमाउंट इकट्ठे एलिजिबल होगा इन दैट ईयर. So basically this means that you can make up for your missed grant room 1 year at a time. और यही रीजन है कि हम सजेस्ट करते हैं कि आप RESP अकाउंट तो खुलवा ही लो even if you are not making any contributions to it.
Now, the government grant is capped at an amount of $7,200 per Resp account. That basically means कि जब आप $36,000 अपने Resp account पे contribute कर चुके होंगे, that is when you will have gotten all the government grant into your Resp account. We would not even bother contributing the remaining $14,000 in our Resp account, and we will tell you why in a while.
Now, since the amount of grant that you receive from Canadian government is capped at $500 a year, हम recommend करते हैं कि आप bulk amount Resp account में मत डालो. You may lose out on your grant money if you do that.
Also, it's very important to remember that the government will put in the grants into this Resp account only till the time the beneficiary turns 17. So that basically means that you have to put in all your contribution of $36,000 to max out the $7,200 government grant before the beneficiary turns 17. Important point, remember that.
इसके अलावा कुछ ऐसी ग्रांट्स भी हैं जो आपकी प्रोविंसेस आपको देती हैं एंड समथिंग कॉल्ड एज कैनेडा लर्निंग बॉन्ड CLB, जो कि कुछ लो इनकम फैमिलीज एलिजिबल हो सकती हैं. सो वी विल लीव लिंक्स फॉर दीज इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स इन केस यू आर इंटरेस्टेड इन लर्निंग मोर अबाउट इट. So now let's discuss what are the best investment strategies for the amount that you have contributed in the Resp account.
So as we said earlier, we are not planning to contribute all $50,000 towards our Resp account. So we will stop at $36,000 to make sure that we get the full government grant of $7,200 for Posto. After this, we are going to contribute our money to our TFSA account. Now, TFSA account is another tax-free account जहाँ से हम लोग कभी भी चाहे we can withdraw money tax-free and we can utilize this money for education as well. Now, the TFSA account is a more flexible account and you can invest the money in this account towards ETFs, stocks and bonds as well.
So जब हम TFSA की लिमिट मैक्स आउट कर जाएंगे तब हम लोग वापस आएंगे RESP अकाउंट में और जो रिमेनिंग $14,000 हैं वो हम इस पे कंट्रीब्यूट करेंगे. Our very good friends Purero Talkies, they've made an amazing video on TFSA explaining very minute details of it. So if you want to learn more, you can check that video out.
Now, a very natural question that you might be asking to yourself at this moment is इतना पैसे कंट्रीब्यूट करने के बाद मिलेगा कितना, right? So how would you feel if I told you that you would get more than double the money that you contribute at the time when this is needed for the higher education of your child.
Since we don't want to lose out on this precious money that we are saving for Poster's higher education, we are not investing in very high risk investments. This amount that we are contributing in Resp, we are investing in either ETFs or Canadian high yield dividend stocks.
With these kind of medium risk investments, the average return rate is around 6%. Now, with the power of compounding and with the government grants put together, the amount in your Resp account will touch approximately $86,000 by the time she needs it for her higher studies. This will be a really considerable amount of help for her.
And we also found out that investing in Canadian stocks is better than investing in US stocks because US stocks में 15% tax देना पड़ता है on dividends. So have a chat with your financial advisor and he can guide you better on your investment options for your Resp amounts.
And the last thing that you want to know is how to go about withdrawing the amount in your Resp account should you need it, or if your child decides to not pursue higher education.
So you can keep your Resp account open for 36 years. So अगर पोस्ट तो late 30s में जाके भी higher education के लिए plan करता है तो उस time पर भी वो withdraw कर सकता है उस Resp account से, and all these years all the amount that will be there in the Resp account will grow tax free.
Now, the Resp amount can be divided into three main buckets: your contribution, the government grant, and the income you make. Withdrawing the contribution part from the Resp account is easy and you can do it at any point of time. And while you withdraw this amount from the account, this will be tax-free and there is no limit on the amount that you can withdraw.
So that means that if you contributed 36,000 to your Resp account, ये वाला amount आप कभी भी tax-free withdraw कर सकते हो. बट जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ कनाडा की तरफ से ग्रांट अमाउंट आता है ग्रांट बकेट के अंदर, वो सिर्फ बेनिफिशियरी ही विड्रॉ कर सकता है फॉर हिज हायर एजुकेशन, और इसके लिए बेनिफिशियरी को देना पड़ता है प्रूफ ऑफ एनरोलमेंट.
If your child does not want to go for higher education at all, then you'll have to return the amount in the grant bucket to the government. As for the income portion, if your child decides to not use that as well, then you can transfer this amount to your Rdsp account. This is a separate type of account which is used to save up for your retirement.
Now, अगर आपको ये इनकम पार्ट को विड्रॉ करना है तो आपको अपने टैक्स स्लैब के अकॉर्डिंग इस पे देना पड़ेगा टैक्स and an additional penalty of 20%. So we need to make sure that the child uses up the amounts available in the grant bucket and the income bucket first when he goes to school. So this was a lot of information about Resp and मुझे लगता है कि आपको एक बार फिर से देखनी पड़ेगी ये वीडियो to get a hang of it. So just to consolidate and make it easier, here are the highlights of Resp.
Resp is a tax sheltered account for your child's college education. Anyone can open this account for your child, but the beneficiary must have SIN. You can invest money in this account in stocks, bonds, and ETFs, and the income you earn will be tax-free as well. You can contribute up to $50,000 and government will contribute a max amount of $7,200 per Resp account. It's a good strategy to only contribute to get the full grant amount from the government. You can withdraw your contribution at any point from this account tax-free.
So guys, this is all that you need to know about Resp. जितने भी important links होंगे वो हम description box में डाल देंगे for your future reference.
And if you have any questions about everything that we spoke about on Resp, please feel free to comment on this YouTube video and we will be glad to help you on that. So with this, we wrap up our video today. Please go ahead and like the video, share it with your friends who you think may benefit from all the information we shared, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it already. Till then, bye-bye.